Good morning. This is White Raptor News Ministries. All praise and glory to the Supreme Spirit of Truth, the Creator, the Force, the Power, the Source, the Awe, the Almighty, the All you can see and all you cannot see, the Perpetual One, the Supreme God. Getting away from the word God is the hardest thing because God has been driven down our minds since the beginning of time, since we're born into this plane of existence. God could possibly just be a guide, God guide. And this plane of existence here that we're living on is a plane of existence for us to learn. If you're going to create something, don't you got to teach it, right? So that's what's going on is we're being taught from the Supreme Creator. All right, and the Supreme Creator is the one that created both good and evil. Now, sometimes I have a hard time digesting myself that the Supreme Creator, the living God, this God of love, could have any wrath about him, rather than him have a wrath that he uses something of a wrath. He controls everything. So we're jumping in. I've finally finished another chapter of the book. First Kings is finished. We're at Second Kings. We're probably about 25% of the way through this Bible, and we're looking at probably about at least another 3 to 5 years before I finish it. I mean, I'm in no rush. At first, I thought that I'd be able to finish it in a year or two, but, I have to do additional services and stuff and share my own theologies. And to be honest with you, just reading a Bible without finding anything of significance in it is really not that fun. It was fun for me, 8 years ago when I fell into the truth and all this new information was coming upon me. But now that I've been in this for a while and, I've literally had 15,000 plus subscribers, and within those 15,000 plus subscribers, I only have 437. That tells you the numbers. So today we're going to read through this real quick, but I want you to stick around because I have another video that I would like to share with you from Brother Sanchez's channel. And this is pretty much focusing on Gnostic Christianity versus traditional today's Christianity. And I think that you guys, if you stick around, you'll enjoy the lesson. So let's jump right in with this reading real quick. The Lord's judgment on Ahaziah. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that interruption. That was a call that I had to take. So the Lord's judgment on Ahaziah. After Ahab's death, Moab rebelled against Israel. Now Ahaziah had fallen through the lattice of his upper room in Samaria and injured himself. So he sent messengers saying to them, "Go and consult Baal-zebul, the god of Ekron, to see if I will recover from this injury." Now, this already doesn't sound right to me. All right, and I do have a question to ask. I listened to a video the other night, or last night, in fact, and it's what I do. I would listen to a 4.5 hour video. I probably got through about 3 hours of it, and the person that I listened to, he has just such strong key points to ask. And the big question to ask between all the religions that exist on the face of the earth is, how can any of us know the true name of God when there are so many different names to God? It's like Brother Sanchez said the other night. Are we so arrogant in ourselves to think that we know the name of God on this plane of existence? To give God a name like he's a pet. Think about what I just said. Are we so proud and so arrogant to think that all of us, or even a small part of us on this plane of existence, have not all been led astray? When God said to Adam and Eve that you will surely die that day, That was a spiritual death that took place, which means at that very moment in time that both Adam and Eve fell into the carnal flesh. And then it says that God isn't going to contend with man, for their days will be 120. So does that tell us that the supreme creator, he bailed? And if the supreme creator did indeed bail from this plane of existence and has nothing to do with it and turned this world over to the hands of the wicked, if he did all of these things, then what God have we all been worshiping? And I'm not meaning this as an insult to anybody in Israel, but what God have you been worshiping? Yahweh, Yahweh. And then a lot of Israelites, they put Yeshua beside Yahweh. And I have to ask as well, while I'm on this topic, who is Jesus or Yeshua to Yahweh? If Jesus was sent by the Father, who is the Father? What is the Father's name? These are questions that are very important that need to be answered. You see, I have a problem knowing that people who went on the ark, 4 families, 8 people, as we're told, I don't believe that 8 people went on that ark. I more than likely believe that thousands of people were on the ark. There had to have been thousands of people on the ark in order to feed the animals. But coming off of the ark, what did God say? He said plainly that you're not to kill. He said plainly that if you shed another man's blood, then by other men your own blood shall be shed. Now, I've been reading this Bible from start to finish, and I've got news for you, man. Israel tends to slaughter Israel. Israel about wiped Benjamites off the face of the earth, down to 600 Benjamite men that were left. And Israel's creator is telling you guys not to kill. But at the same time, he's a wrathful God. And the more that I'm reading this Bible, I just think, who is Israel really following? That they're slaughtering and that they're killing and that they walk contrary to God. So again, we're always in this dilemma. Have the scriptures been changed? Is what's been written in this Bible about Israel and the people of Israel and the tribes of Israel, are they true or have they been changed? Confusion exists so deeply on this plane of existence, and the only way discernment can come is through the Spirit, the living God. So when Adam and Eve ate that fruit, and I heard a video the other day that the fruit was a child, which was really a morbid story. And these videos, more and more videos are being pushed. You know, Gnostic Christianity, traditional Christianity, the Israelite information. People are pushing a lot of the Hindu videos and stuff. And I don't know how YouTube works or how they push videos, but I know one thing: they don't push mine. Okay, I could make a video that should be viral speaking about 666 that nobody's ever heard and give this information, and that video should go out. Well, why doesn't it go out? Because they want videos like this. This is the information that they want to push. Now, why would they push this? Why would they push Elon doing this Nazi salute? Because it's meant to create animosity and anger and rage, right? You're an American, you got a man coming over here, he's doing a Nazi salute, and whether you know it, this isn't Donald Trump's second term in office, this is Elon Musk's first term in office. I keep telling you that people are working behind the lines, and don't think for one second Elon Musk is nothing but a front runner too. Okay, you can't see the real demons behind the scenes. Okay? And these are nothing but empty shells. Okay? The flesh is nothing but an empty shell, and the spiritual battle that's taking place is taking place in heaven, as so above as below. Eternal war in heaven, eternal war in. Now, I didn't used to think that. You have to think with the Supreme Creator that heaven, that there's no war going on in heaven, right? It's supposed to be a place of complete peace. If there was a war going on in heaven, then clearly the Supreme Creator doesn't have a handle on his domain. No, the Creator has a handle on his domain. He just doesn't deal with this domain. Why? Because it's been turned over to the hands of the wicked. Elon Musk is an evil man. Elon could be short for Elyon, the god Elyon, because the etymology would imply that this is true. So they push videos like this over and over and over, and they shove them down your throats because they want to get a rise out of you. Because these people here, they feed off of fear, they feed off of anger, they feed off of rage, all of it. And they shove it, what they shove down their throats, with our throats, what they want you, their vision. This is their vision of the world. This is their American dream. Okay, listen to what I said. A dream. The American dream. I keep telling everybody you're in a world that's an illusion, and you're not catching the particulars about the American dream. But the angel of the Lord said to Elijah the Tishbite, "Go up and meet the messengers of the king of Samaria and ask them, is it because there is no God in Israel that you are going off to consult Baal-zebul, the god of Ekron?" So, hold on for a second. I'm sorry, there's just so many tribes and so much to keep track of and so many names to take in and to remember in this Bible so that you can get the story and the gist of what's going back and forth. But Moab is an Israelite, folks. So again, are the prophets here because a command was given from Israel's God that you're not to go into the cities and the towns of the Samaritans. So here you have Moab who's going in and he's consulting Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron. So that would probably be a serious problem. The god of Ekron. Therefore, this is what the Lord says: you will not leave the bed you are lying on. You will certainly die. So Elijah went. When the messenger returned to the king, he asked them, "Why have you come back?" "A man came to meet us," they replied, "and he said to us, 'Go back to the king who sent you and tell him this is what the Lord says. Is it because there is no God in Israel that you are sending messengers to consult Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron? Therefore you will not leave the bed you are lying on. You will certainly die.'" The king asked them, "What kind of man was it who came to meet you and told you this?" They replied, "He had a garment of hair and had a leather belt around his waist." The king said, "That was Elijah the Tishbite." And, I mean, to me, this kind of, he's asking a question, and you're going to know who somebody is by simply telling them he had a garment of hair and a leather belt around his waist. Like nobody else in the clans, like you just know that this is Elijah the Tishbite. I don't know. That's kind of questionable. Then he sent Elijah, a captain, with his company of 50 men. The captain went up to Elijah, who was sitting on top of a hill, and said to him, "Man of God, the king says, come down." Elijah answered the captain, "If I am a man of God, may fire come down from heaven and consume you and your 50 men. Then fire fell from heaven and consumed the captain and his men. Well, that would have been a miracle. Where does this come from? Who wrote this? 2 Kings. Think about that. Elijah answered. Oh, I'm sorry. So the king sent a third captain with his 50 men. The third captain went up and fell on his knees before Elijah. Man of God, he begged, please have respect for my life and the lives of these 50 men, your servants. See, fire has fallen from heaven and consumed the first 2 captains and all their men. But now have respect for my life. The angel of the Lord said to Elijah, go down with him. Do not be afraid of him. So Elijah got up and went down with him to the king. He told the king, this is what the Lord says. Is it because there is no God in Israel for you to consult that you have sent messengers to consult Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron? Because you have done this, you will never leave the bed you are lying on. You will certainly die. So he died according to the word of the Lord that Elijah had spoken. Because Ahaziah had no son, Joram succeeded him as king in the 2nd year of Jehoram, son of Joshaphat, king of Judah. As for all the other events of Ahaziah's reign and what he did, are they not written in the book of the annals of the kings of Israel? Well, I'm sure that sometime down the line we'll find out. Anyways, folks, I'm going to make this a short little reading, and I have another show coming up. Actually, it's not going to be, I'm just going to play a video I want you guys to take a listen to. I think it's important information for all of us to look at. We need to use discernment. Don't be mad at me for sharing content or information. You take out of the information that resonates with you. All right? That's what I do with the Bible. I take out of this Bible what resonates with me. I don't take everything at face value. I don't take the Bible literally. If you take there's parts in the Bible that are to be taken literally, but if you take the entire Bible literally, then you have scales on your eyes and you are an easy target for the dark side of this world. So anyways, all praise and glory to the Supreme Spirit of Truth, the living one, the author of life, the point of singularity. This is White Raptor News Ministries.